Hey guys, welcome back to Joker Oginski. And I'll be back in 1 second. Anyways, okay, I'm back. Today, I'm gonna be making videos. Hang on, I'm gonna see how many videos I'm gonna have to make. Yeah, this might take a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to make, holy crap, a lot of videos. I think I'm gonna have to make about 33 videos. That'll help me. It'll take a little while, but each video is gonna be a chapter long of making bombs for Hitler. Can't really see it that good, but like, anyways, see it has a swastika on the front, but there's bombs all around that lady. So let's get started on this.
Hey, my name's Jack Skellington. We're going to be reading.
Okay, chapter 1, losing Larissa, Larissa or something, in 1943. The room smelled of soap and the light was so white that it made my eyes ache. I held Larissa's hand in a tight grip. I was her older sister. After all, and she was my responsibility. It would be easy to lose her in the sea of children, and we had both lost for too much already. Larissa looked up at me, and I saw her lips move, but I couldn't hear her words above the wails of screams. I bent down so that my ear was level with her lips. "Don't leave me," she said. I wrapped my arms around her and gently rocked her back and forth. I whispered our favorite lullaby into her ear. A loud crack startled us both. The room was suddenly silent. A woman in white stepped in among us. She clapped her hands sharply or something. Once more. "Children," she said in brisk German, "you will each have a medical examination." Weeping boys and girls were shoved into a long, snagging line that took up most of the room. I watched as one by one kids were taken behind a broad white curtain. When it was Larissa's turn, her eyes went round with fright. I did not want to let go of her, but the nurse pulled our hands apart. "Let us stay with me." I stood at the edge of the curtain and watched as the woman made Larissa take off her nightgown. My sister's face was red with shame. When the woman held a metal instrument to her face, Larissa screamed. I rushed up and tried to knock that thing out of the nurse's hand, but the nurse called for help and someone held me back. When they finished with Larissa, they told her to stand at the other end of the room. When it was my turn, I barely noticed what they were doing. I kept my eyes fixed on Larissa. I was standing with 3 other girls. Dozens more had been ordered to stand in a different spot. When the nurse was finished with me, I slipped my nightgown back on. I was ordered to stand with the larger group, not with Larissa's. "I need to be in that group," I told the nurse, pointing at where Larissa stood. Her arms outstretched, a look of panic on her face. The nurse's lips formed a thin, flat line. No talking. She put one hand on each of my shoulders and shoved me toward the larger group. A door opened wide. We were herded out into the blackness of night. Larissa screamed, "Linda, don't leave me!" I looked back into the room, but could not see her. "I will find you, Larissa," I shouted. "I promise. Stay strong." A sharp slap across my face sent me sprawling onto the cold, wet grass. I scrambled up and tried to break through the sea of children. I had to get back to Larissa. Strong arms wrapped around my torso and lifted me up. I was thrown into blackness. With a stretch of metal, the door slammed shut. Blackness. I dreamed that I was laying in a sea of human bees. We were swaying back and forth, and I sang the lullaby under my breath, imagining that I was being rocked in Mama's arms. Okay, so I want to talk about the story a little bit. It's obviously about their in Germany, and this girl and her sister, they had to do some tests, and the smarter ones or something like that, stronger or something, were put in different groups, and she got taken away from her sister, and she's getting back now, and she got thrown into an unknown room. So let's solve the mystery. I opened my eyes. It was so dark they took a few minutes to adjust. I was crammed inside a hot metal room that smelled like a dirty barn. It was so stuffy and stinky and crowded that I could barely breathe. I realized with a shock that we were moving. This was not a room, after all, but a train car, the kind for cattle. I swayed back and forth. The sound was not humming of bees, but the whispers of frightened children and the drumming of the train on its tracks. At least the sound of war was muffled out. "Does anyone know where we are going?" I asked. The whisper stopped. A lone, thin voice answered. "To Germany, I think." My heart sank. If they took me to Germany, how would I ever find Larissa? Wherever she was, she must be feeling so frightened, so alone. I tried to stand, but with the movement of the car and the hazy light, I fell backward. One of my bare feet landed on a girl's chest. "Ow!" she cried. "I'm sorry." It was pointless to try standing, so I sat up and tried to get my bearings. In the dim light, I could see a tangle of limbs and strips of hair. Kids were packed in so tightly that each overlapped the next. Something smelled bad, and a whooshing sound came from the counter. So they put the different groups into different trains. Okay, and they're going to Germany. So who knows if the other group is going to Germany? Find out. "What was that over there?" I asked. "No one in particular." "That's our bathroom," said the girl. I stepped on a pail. I wrinkled my nose. All these people, and one pail for a bathroom. No wonder it smelled so bad. I crawled as far away as I could get from the stinky pail, moving slowly and being careful not to hurt any of the kids who were cramming in my way. When I got to the other side of the car, I saw there was a thin seam of light forming a panel in the siding. It was a door. I pounded and screamed with all my might. The children who were propped up against it scooted to the side. It wouldn't do anything good, said a boy's voice. We've already tried to open it. I looked over to him in the dim light and saw I don't know that word, but of wild hair. There was a triangle of dark on his cheek. Was he bleeding? Actually, my tablet can't really go that far, but I'm gonna have to stop here and start going from tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe to see more of these videos. You guys have an awesome day.